A guide to how the court determines which parent gets custody in a custody dispute in Cherokee County. When parents separate or divorce in Tahlequah, both parties frequently worry about how the court will decide which parent gets custody, parenting time, and decision-making authority involving their children. Many parents mistakenly believe Oklahoma courts automatically favor mothers or fathers, but Oklahoma law focuses primarily on one legal standard: the best interests of the child. Because custody rulings can significantly affect both parents and children for years to come, understanding how Oklahoma courts approach these cases is extremely important. Oklahoma courts focus on the best interests of the child. In Tahlequah custody cases, the court's primary concern is determining what arrangement serves the child's best interests. The judge does not simply choose the parent who wants custody more or the parent with greater financial resources. Instead, the court examines numerous factors relating to the child's safety, emotional well-being, stability, and long-term development. Oklahoma courts generally attempt to encourage healthy relationships between children and both parents whenever possible, provided doing so is safe and appropriate. The court's goal is to create a custody arrangement that promotes the child's overall welfare and stability. The court examines each parent's ability to care for the child. One of the most important considerations in a custody dispute is each parent's ability to properly care for the child on a day-to-day basis. Judges may consider the stability of each household, the parent's involvement in the child's life, the ability to provide supervision and care, the parent's work schedule, emotional and physical health of the parties, and the child's educational and medical needs. The court often closely examines which parent has historically handled responsibilities involving school, medical appointments, extracurricular activities, and daily caregiving. Stability is extremely important. Oklahoma courts often place significant weight on stability and continuity for the child. Judges may evaluate how long the child has lived in a particular environment, the consistency of the child's school and community involvement, the stability of each parent's home environment, and whether frequent moves or disruptions are likely. Courts generally try to minimize unnecessary instability in the child's life whenever possible. Domestic violence and safety concerns can significantly affect custody. Allegations involving domestic violence, abuse, neglect, substance abuse, or unsafe living conditions are taken very seriously in Oklahoma custody cases. If the court believes a child may be exposed to danger, the judge may restrict visitation, require supervised visitation, award sole custody to one parent, and issue protective conditions regarding exchanges or communication. The court may review police reports, DHS investigations, medical records, witness testimony, photographs, and other evidence when evaluating safety concerns. Protecting the child's physical and emotional safety remains one of the court's highest priorities. Courts often favor ongoing relationships with both parents. In many custody disputes, Cherokee County courts encourage both parents to remain actively involved in the child's life whenever appropriate. Joint custody arrangements are common when parents demonstrate an ability to cooperate and communicate regarding the child's needs. Joint custody does not necessarily mean the child spends equal time with each parent, but it often involves shared decision-making authority concerning education, healthcare, and major life decisions. However, joint custody may not be appropriate in cases involving severe conflict, abuse, instability, or inability to effectively co-parent. The child's preference may sometimes be considered. In some cases, the court may consider the wishes of the child depending on the child's age, maturity, and circumstances. Oklahoma law does not allow children to simply choose which parent they want to live with. However, the judge may consider the child's preferences as one factor among many when determining what arrangement serves the child's best interests. The weight given to the child's opinion often depends on the child's maturity and reasoning. Communication and co-parenting matter. Judges often evaluate whether each parent is willing to foster a healthy relationship between the child and the other parent. A parent who consistently interferes with visitation, refuses communication, manipulates the child, or attempts to alienate the child from the other parent may negatively affect their custody position before the court. Courts generally favor parents who demonstrate maturity, cooperation, and a willingness to prioritize the child's needs over personal conflict. Evidence is extremely important in custody cases. Custody disputes frequently depend heavily on evidence and credibility. Common evidence in Tahlequah custody litigation may include school records, medical records, text messages and emails, photographs and videos, witness testimony, counseling records, DHS reports, and social media evidence. Because temporary custody hearings often occur early in the case, gathering and preserving evidence quickly can be extremely important. Temporary orders often influence the final outcome. Many parents do not realize how important temporary custody orders can become. Temporary hearings establish initial parenting arrangements while the case is pending. Those temporary arrangements sometimes create a status quo that influences later negotiations or final custody decisions. For this reason, parents should take temporary hearings very seriously and seek legal guidance early in the process. Cherokee County Child Custody Attorneys. Child custody disputes can quickly become emotionally and legally overwhelming. The outcome may affect where the child lives, parenting schedules, decision-making authority, and the parent-child relationship for many years. Because custody decisions are highly fact-specific and often involve significant emotional stakes, parents involved in Oklahoma custody disputes should seek experienced legal guidance as early as possible. Our team at Tahlequah Lawyers is here to guide you. Call 539-867-2321 today for a free and confidential consultation with one of our attorneys.